Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Wednesday Wind Down, y'all. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're tuning in from. This is for you. This is a beautiful Cabernet. It's called Carnivore. Um, Very full body, has a little bit of spice. The berries, I can taste it. It's just taking me somewhere else, y'all. It's taking me somewhere else. I travel through my wine. If you didn't notice, let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me a shout out. Give me a hey boo hey. Type it in the comments, share this post. What I want to talk to you about today is toxicity. Let's talk about being toxic, y'all, because a lot of times we aren't talking about this. We, there is a lot of, I'm a positive Polly, so I'm usually talking on a positive tip, but I want you to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yay! I know, I'm on one. I was so pumped up. I was just listening to the latest podcast. If you guys do not know, I have a podcast called My Holistic Life. So you can go to myholisticlife.com, listen to it on all the platforms. We interviewed Miss Tanya Rapley, and this woman was dropping some knowledge. She talked about how she got her first million, how to have a whole fabulous life in the process of getting out of when you need to get out of debt. But we touched on so many different things, and it was just three amazing multi-passionate women having a deep conversation. So I encourage you all to go there and listen to it when I'm done. Don't go now. Go when I'm done. Who is out there? Oh, hey, hey. Oh, Chuck, it's been a minute. Hello, darling. Welcome back. Welcome back. Some of you need to type your names in because where I'm looking doesn't show your name if you didn't give Restream a approval to show me your name. But I want to talk about toxicity because I have had these experiences. There's two sides of this. Let me back up. There's two sides of this. I want to talk about toxicity because you may be a toxic person and not know it. I'm just going to call it like it is. Cracking the whip, spreading the love. Y'all know I love you. And if you are encountering someone toxic, how do you protect your energy? Cover that solar plex, cover it. Nobody can get in. That energy can't get in. But how do you handle that? So let's talk about what's toxic. Are you someone who responds to individuals in a way someone says something positive and you just come at them with every negative thing that you could possibly come up with? If someone tells you, "Yeah, you know what I really want to do is I want to find this other job." Well, they're not hiring right now. Or if someone is saying, "Yes, I really want to, I'm going to travel to Europe right now." Well, you're going to really have to check out all those vaccine requirements. I'm sure anyone who decides they're going to travel right now is going to check that out. Do y'all know people like that? Do y'all know people who where you say something positive or you ask a question and they just come at you? How many of you have experienced that? Hey, Denshay, I miss your face, darling. How many of you experienced that? I have experienced that. And I have to admit, sometimes that takes me aback. It's like this gush of wind, like, whoa, where are these people coming from? You don't know me like that, homie. But we also have to remember when we put ourselves out there are going to be people who show up who want to dim your light. Because when they dim your light, it makes them feel better about themselves. So if you find that you being a little toxic to someone where you have to be a know-it-all, you have to tell them like it is, you have to always tell them how they're doing something wrong, you have to let that constantly be known, you have to show them all the negative things that could potentially come up. I want you to check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's really important, and I've had to check myself in the past because I've always wanted people to know I'm smart. Like back in the day, I was like, I want people to know I'm smart. And so if someone would say something, it's like, oh yeah, I would give them all the stats that I've read, just regurgitating the stats that I've read. that can be toxic. Are you breathing life into other people? That is the question. When I talk about love intelligence in the Love CEO Academy and the methodology that I developed, it's really about spreading love. And spreading love is about breathing life into people. Do you pop the proverbial bubble of their dreams? Do you pop that bubble of them stepping out of their comfort zone and not even know it? Are you doing that? Now, on the flip side of it, you might be someone who has noticed that or who experiences that. And I would like to say we have to be strong in who we are. And I say strong, meaning focused and understanding who we are in order to not allow those type of experiences or those individuals to shake our foundation. There are always going to be people who are miserable with their life. There are always going to be people who feel like they got something to prove and they're going to do it at your expense. There will always be those individuals, but it does not have to affect you in the way that I would say paralyzes you. Because sometimes what happens is you got them toxic people and they're like, "Rah, I know everything, I'm doing this." And it kind of causes you to shrink. And I'm speaking from experience. I ain't even gonna front. That's how it was in the past. And every now and then I run into someone and that triggers one of those old habits and beliefs. What are some new habits and beliefs that you want to take on? Are you owning those old habits and beliefs? I know this is a lot. Y'all got questions? Let me know if you've experienced this. Let me know if you've run into those people who are just like, eh, they just rub you the wrong way because they're coming at you from a place of bursting the bubble and they don't even know it. Let me tell you, you might be one of those people. That doesn't mean that you deserve any less love. That doesn't mean you are any less valuable. That doesn't mean that you aren't deserving of the thing that you truly want that's causing you to show up in that way. That doesn't mean that. But I believe that our objective in life is to really, our objective in life is to really spread as much love as we can on a daily basis. So you can ask yourself that question like, hey, is this comment going to spread love? Does this comment need to be a public comment? Does it need to be a public comment? Is it spreading love? Does it need to be public? Now, some people will be like, I ain't got time for that. Well, you just stay toxic then. I mean, I just wanted to call some stuff on the carpet because a lot of times we ignore this and we don't talk about it and we go behind closed doors and we have these conversations with friends. But how can we do better collectively as a community, as a sisterhood? How can we do better? We do better by living our best lives. And not that fronting. I'm living my best life. I got to show everybody what I'm doing. I'm not talking about just front. Now, showing everybody what you're doing is not a problem, but showing people what you're doing because you really aren't feeling what you're doing, then we want to investigate a little bit more. But what I mean by that is really being truly authentic about how satisfied you are in your life, how you can create a foundation for the life that you want to live, how you can show up for yourself. I mean, in all your glory, showing up for yourself Because if you show up for yourself and you're focused on you and you are living your best life and there's an abundance of love flowing out of you, there will be no place for toxicity. There will be no place for making other people feel small in order for you to feel big. Same thing for the flip side. If you're feeling attacked or if you're feeling that you're running into that type of situation with someone, if you are showing up for yourself, if you have laid that foundation for yourself, when people show up in that way, you can still continue to respond in love. You can see it for what it is and not take it on and own it. So many times we're taking other people's stuff on and taking ownership of it. And then it affects how we navigate through life. It affects how we respond to individuals. It affects whether we go after something or not because someone shot us down. It affects whether we show up for ourselves. If you are feeling me, give me an amen. I need to know y'all out there. Give me an amen. Let a sister know. One of the things that I want y'all to one of the things that I really want to make sure that I am letting you guys know about is my retreat that's happening in Peru. Because with that toxicity, with that showing up for yourself, with that needing to dive deeper into who you are, what I'll be doing in Peru is so magical. I posted something on Instagram today and I talked about how that situation came up. And the way that situation came up for me is I was in a guided meditation on my walk, a guided meditation that was taking me through a garden. And this garden represented my life. And in the garden, I was identifying what I saw in the garden. And I was seeing roses and I was seeing some weeds and I was identifying what do those things represent. And when I finished, the practitioner said, okay, now I want you to add something into the garden that you don't see. And I chose to add birds of paradise. And I added birds of paradise, and then they said, "Now, what do those birds?" I didn't even know when I added birds of paradise. I wasn't saying I'm adding birds of paradise because I added birds of paradise, and then they said, "Well, what do these birds of paradise represent?" And the birds of paradise represented an abundance of life, love, money, and empowering women as I travel the world. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that traveling the world is on my radar. I've done it. I've dabbled in it, then I backed up. I dabbled in it, I backed up. And after I finished my walk, I added birds of paradise. It represented traveling the world while I was still empowering women. I got home, I checked my email, and I had an email from my speakers coach. And my speakers coach said, "Hey, how do you feel about going to Peru to host a retreat? There's an organization there that is looking for speakers." What? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine that? I was just like dancing around my house. What? Oh my God. I literally had just come home with this in that conversation, like had that conversation when I was out and just came home. And so knowing that that is how I got to this retreat, I know that magic is gonna happen. So I want you all to check it out. Check out the retreat. You can go. Where's my I need to know where I put y'all DM me. I'm gonna send you the link. DM me if you're in the sanctuary. Make sure that you're in the sanctuary. We're talking about this in the sanctuary and DM me or DM Sarah. Um, but the main thing is I want you to consider coming to Peru with me. The adventure is going to be off the charts. The reconnecting to yourself is going to be off the charts. The tapping into really getting into a vibration of love collectively with the other women that are going to be there. And then also because you will be on a magical, sacred land, a land that is has so much more history than the United States. You'll be on that land and you'll be able to call in some things and release some things and have breakthroughs. So I want you to check it out. I have it posted everywhere, but go down to my DM, click on the links, go down on my bio, click on the links, because I really want you to show up for that. Because as I talk about the toxic nature, or the nature that you want to hide and you cringe from toxic individuals, as I talk about that, one of the things that you will be able to do, and a tool that you can use to not be that toxic person, and or not respond to the toxic people that show up in your world, and be able to show up for yourself wholeheartedly, all stems from the love intelligence that you were born with, and how you can tap back into that, how you can tap back into an innate self-awareness, how you can tap back into really understanding empathy and compassion for yourself, and receiving. Receiving is a huge deal. So, are you somebody who's toxic? Are you somebody who's responding to toxic folk? I want to implore you to reconnect with yourself, get serious about what you deserve, who you are, lay that foundation, because then those habits will no longer consume you. You won't be quick to bust somebody's bubble. You won't be quick to make people think you're smarter than this other person. What you will do is you will respond in love to everything. Y'all know what that feels like? I've gone in and out of that, and I'm more in it these days, but for a long time it was the other way around. But when you respond in love, when you can feel love continuously because you have generated it in your spirit, in your soul, life becomes so much more worth living. Y'all got any questions for me? Who got questions for me? Let me see. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Let me put the in the comments, because I know I said visit. Yeah, you can go to bit.ly Peru, Natasha Peru Retreat. You can go there and visit there. But is there anyone who wants to ask me any questions? Do you want to come on? If you want to come on, give me a shout out. I'll bring you on. I like talking to people. I love talking to people. Okay, so get more details for the Peru retreat. Let me put this on here. I'm really excited. I cannot wait. Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to show up to be with me on the retreat. Who's coming? I think there are some people who've already come in. Oh, Deshay said, I want to go to Peru. I know you on the fence, Deshay. Come on, come on. Yeah, come on. I know you can. Can't post much. Okay. Yeah, Joanne, y'all go on and sign up. Put it on. Get them points on your Amex or whatever you got to do to show up. It's gonna be amazing. That's all I got for y'all today. But if you have questions, let me know. I know I had this go out to everyone versus directly in the sanctuary. So this is the last time I will. So as of today, our next Wednesday wind down will only be happening in the sanctuary. Hope y'all got that. The next Wednesday wind down is only happening in the sanctuary. All right. So you need to go to the sanctuary on Facebook. And I got some secrets for y'all. I got some stuff that's coming up for y'all. We'll only be in the sanctuary on Facebook for a little while. We will be having our own app coming up. Yay! I'm so excited. So make sure you share that information with your folks, because we really about to get our lives right, get it tight. I'm really excited about that. Who else is on here giving me chats and shout outs? Is the Peru retreat available on Zoom to watch? No, it will not be available on Zoom. It will actually just be a live retreat. It'll be a live retreat, so I hope that others, all of you who want to come can come. It'll be a small handful of us. It's not like a large, it's not hundreds of women. Our max is going to be 40. So I would love for you to be one of the 40. Someone said they have a hard time getting into the sanctuary where you will no longer have that problem, Joanne, because you will soon be having an app. But that's interesting. The sanctuary, I'll make sure you have that link so that you can be in there because it should be a part of your group. So I'll make sure that Sarah reaches out to you to give you all those details of how you can have that link. Yeah, there's beautiful women who are in Peru and beautiful women who are going to Peru, Chuck. I know you hear me. Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing experience. The food, I've been looking at the cuisine, I've been looking at the tours. The company Excursion Me Peru, they have a lot of excursions that they do there, and they have really stepped their game up. So it's beautiful because most of our day is gonna be spent on excursions, but the very beginning of our day, we're going to be unleashing that love intelligence that everyone was born with. And it is going to be the most magical experience. You will have breakthroughs. I believe every single thing that you want out of life stems from love, from having a solid love foundation, from understanding what love intelligence is so that you can use it as a tool in your life so that life can really start to feel good and stop hurting. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're gonna be doing in Peru. We're gonna be on trips, on it. I mean, on day trips, adventure, and we'll also be diving into the love intelligence, awakening your love intelligence. That's the title of my retreat, awakening your love intelligence. All right. So I think that's it. No one else has any comments. I'm gonna pause for 30 seconds to see if anybody else wants to comment, and then or ask any questions. I'll answer any questions that y'all have for me. Was this message on time for somebody? Somebody out there need to hear this. So y'all go on and share this because I know there's some people who be watching your pages who might be that toxic person or who might be affected by the toxicity. So make sure that you share this because my objective is to be a global brand and I cannot do that without you. Let's just keep it real. Can't do it without y'all. I am not an island. I admit to that. I admit that I am not an island. All right. I do not see any additional comments. All you ladies who are in the Love CEO Academy, I will see you bright and early at 8 a.m. tomorrow. We have our Love Intelligence Talk at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So make sure you are there. I love y'all. I'm excited about talking to you guys in the morning. And for those of you who want more information about Peru, you can visit bit.ly Natasha Peru Retreat. NatashaPeruRetreat. Yes, I don't know why I spelled it out because it is on the screen, but just in case somebody's listening, visit us there, bit.ly/ and Natasha Peru Retreat. I love you. Mwah. Go out and make it an amazing day. And remember, spread the love because that's all we got. That's the one constant. Spread the love. As you walk through your day, spread the love. As you want to respond to people, spread the love. As you take in other people's energy, spread the love. That becomes a barrier and a blockade from that toxicity. So just remember, spread the love. I love you. I will see you guys in the sanctuary only next week. Go out and make it an amazing week.